Tiffany Stratton cashes in. She is your new WWE Women's Champion. So, Jared, I'm going to turn to you with this question because I'm going to compare Tiffany Stratton's cash in to the most recent successful cash in, and that is Damian Priest. Now, we know that Damian Priest, since losing the World Heavyweight Championship, has really become a popular superstar. But his world title run, when he won it, even when he won Money in the Bank, everybody was kind of like, I'm not really sure that he's ready for it yet. I'll give you this, Jared. Tiffany is way more popular than Damian Priest was now that when she wins the championship. So she doesn't have to worry about that. But how will her title, I guess my question is, how is her title reign going to compare to that of Damian Priest?
Night and day. I think the big difference is with Tiffany, you have people already behind her that wanted her to win the belt. Whereas with Damian, nobody wanted him to win the belt, really. I mean, let's just be honest. And then when he won it, people were like, kind of like you said, really would kind of rather somebody else have it and not sure why this guy does. And then afterwards, of course, it seems like it kind of got a little jet fuel behind him and his popularity rose. But I think this is going to be completely different because everybody already wanted Tiffany to win. Like, we were excited for it, but they've drawn this out as long as they could possibly drag it out. So I think that the setup's different. I think the whole thing, I think this will be Tiffany's rise to success, much like kind of like how Becky Lynch did.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I think this is, one of the easier Money in the Bank winners to book winning the title because people were the moment she won the briefcase, everybody was excited. I remember back to the chamber last year when at everybody in that pod, elimination chamber, they were chanting Tiffy time. So I mean, she's ready for that main event spot. She's ready for that role, I think. This is the time where her feet is put to the fire and it's time to, let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you can really what you can really do. But my only concern is I hope they do not drag this Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton feud out. I think after the Rumble, one-on-one, you do it at the Rumble. After that, you're done. Like, you don't need to run it back again. You don't need to do anything like that. I have been hard on Nia a lot. She's gotten somewhat better this year. She's a lot better than where she started. She's still horrible. She's not good, but she's better, which is fine. I'll take it. But I don't want that to be what defines Tiffany Stratton's title run, is that she got stuck in the vortex that is Nia Jax or that. I think it's important to put her against people, like a returning Charlotte Flair, like Becky Lynch whenever she comes back. I think it's important to put her up against people like that than Nia.
Well, let's hold our Nia Jax thoughts to the next question because the next question is about Nia Jax. So let's hang tight. Okay. So I think, Amy, you brought up a great point about probably running it back at the Rumble. Hopefully that's it. I'm going to harken back to the very first Money in the Bank cash in. Happened at New Year's Revolution 2006. It was the Rated R Superstar cashing in on John Cena. 3 weeks later, they ran it back at the Royal Rumble, and Cena won the title back. I'm just getting flashbacks of that with Nia Jax winning it back at the Rumble. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I don't know.
There's a really big difference between John Cena 2006 and Nia Jax 2025. There's a really big difference.
Well, that's true. Okay, that's true.
And it's called talent.
So let me give you the next question. Okay, let me set up the context of this question by acknowledging that not only do we have a new WWE Women's Champion, we have a new Women's World Heavyweight Champion crowned tonight on Monday Night Raw, that being Rhea Ripley. And Jared, not only did Rhea Ripley end the title reign of Liv Morgan, which, by the way, before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, kudos to Liv Morgan and her 2024 year. She became a bona fide superstar in 2024. In my opinion, the female superstar of the year in 2024. I don't think anybody touched her. That's just my opinion. But Andy, Liv Morgan's 2024 seemingly came out of nowhere at the expense of Rhea Ripley. But what a great title run that was out of nowhere, but she proved herself.
Yeah, she proved herself as a main event top level star for sure. I would probably contend that the women's title really got lost in the Judgment Day vortex, and there were moments where I completely forgot Liv was even world champ until she walked out with the belt. And I'm like, oh yeah, she is the women's champ. She did a really good job. It was a hard spot she was put in to follow Rhea Ripley, who, I mean, let's be real honest, was the hottest wrestler, not even like just in the women's category, the hottest wrestler in WWE leaving 2023 heading into 2024.
And who knows when she was actually supposed to lose the title.
Exactly.
She was holding on to that thing for dear life.
She was. And people were not happy when she got hurt and had to relinquish the title. And you know, injury after injury that kind of plagued her year this year. But credit to Liv, she did a really good job of picking up the pieces. All the things that were wrong with her title reign, I don't think were her fault. I think it was a lot of writing, and I think, honestly, it's Judgment Day. Like, I think Judgment Day was a really big issue this year that held her back. But she did a fantastic job of navigating through all that and making people, you know, care about this feud between her and Rhea.
I think what sums up the whole story, man, is if you look at whenever that Liv first started coming face to face with Rhea and how scared she was, and she had this look in her eye all the time, like, you know, a deer whenever you shine a spotlight at it or something. And then towards the end, you see her just walk right up and basically bump chest with Rhea, like, all right, let's go. And that shows the development of her character from being this weak women's wrestler to all the defenses she had in being a strong women's wrestler.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think she had a fantastic year. I think she developed. I mean, I've said it before. I don't think she needed to be a sleazy type character just to find her right character or to find herself as a wrestler. But I think she just leaps and bounds, improved, and made herself a main eventer.